Hi, I'm David Norris and I'm serving up the perfect podcast, Pompey Platter with Russ, Daz and Haz. Play up, Pompey!
Murphy scores! A magnificent goal! That's just wonderful from Josh Murphy! Shaughnessy, great saving! Shaughnessy at the near post! Chance for Colby Bishop over the goalkeeper, off the post and into the back of the net! Colby Bishop! Lang's got his fourth! A fourth for Callum Lang!
Hello and welcome to the Pompey Packer podcast, season 2, episode 25, Postponed Again Ole Ole. As ever, I'm joined by Haz and Russ. How you doing, boys? You right?
Very good.
All good.
Singing in the rain? It's been a bit wet out there, isn't it?
Apparently so. Mostly flooded with Ipswich fans' tears, but, you know.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, threw a few things out there to try and wind a few of them up. I mean, as I said, the wouldn't have been as bothered about this one if they weren't much like the way they reacted like the last game. So it was kind of laughed at it a bit, but obviously not ideal. But anyway, so the plan for today is we're going to review the West Brom game, have a little chat about the postponement of the Ipswich game, move on to some January transfer window review, Harry's Who Am I, Dazzla's Darts, and
Oh, are we talking about your washing, are we?
yeah, I'm quite good at washing, to be fair, and Russ's Taskmaster. We're doing that tonight, yeah?
Yep.
Lovely stuff.
Finally.
Then if we've got some time, we'll do some any other business.
To be fair, Taskmaster was ready to go, but he was quarter to 10 by the time.
That is true.
Was a bit of a late one. That was a bit early for us, to be fair, actually. But yeah, West Brom at home on Saturday. Russ, I mean, as first half goes, couldn't have been any better, could it?
No, it's got to be performance of the season, surely. It was just quite obvious from 10 minutes in that we were going to win. I've never been so confident in a game after 10 minutes. And I know football can change quickly, but as good as we was, they were horrendous, weren't they? Possibly the worst team I've seen in a long time.
I think they're the worst team since we've been in the Championship.
Yeah, quite easily. And I also think I'm very much against booing your team. I've never done it myself. But I actually 100% understood their fans at the end of the game. And even during it as well.
I think it's the fact that, we're not exactly a quiet crowd, but you could hear them, when we scored, you could hear them booing at half-time, you could hear them booing at full-time. There
was a point even in the first half. They were 2-0 up and they did a bad pass and they booed that as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, they only changed, they sacked Ryan Mason, 5-6 games ago? Brought in Eric Ramsey from, I think it was Minnesota, and they've had no new manager bounce whatsoever. They're just shocking. And it feels like they're only going one way, and that is plummeting their way down. Obviously, they're in the relegation zone now, only just on goal difference because of Leicester's 6-point deduction, which happened today. Could have been up to 20 points, so Leicester have probably got away lightly.
Yeah, they did get away lightly. They should do a lot more.
They will appeal it, because obviously the point is that that's from the Premier League and they're in the EFL anyway. I digress. But West Brom, if I was their fans, I'd be worried that we're just going down. Because I don't see, even if they sack their manager, even if they sack Eric Ramsey, he's 5 games in and they're chanting out how shit his football is. He hasn't got the fans on at all. I think, new manager, if the results aren't going your way, but you can see what you're trying to do, I think you can kind of accept it and let the manager bed it in. But they're not having him at all. And I mean, you saw at the end, you had Isaac Price going up and trying to offer his fans, and Daryl Dike was pulling him away. Obviously, you don't know what was said, but when you get fans, your players trying to go up to the fans and potentially trying to offer him out or whatever he was going over to do, Eric Ramsey didn't even go over and clap the fans. He just handshook Messino, went on and shook the ref's hand, and then just walked off. He didn't even go over anywhere near the fans. So anyway, it's not a West Brom podcast, but they're shit and they're going down. But we did what we needed to do, right? We came out on the front foot, did what we needed to do, and I think the most important thing of the game was actually coming out at half-time or in the second half and getting that early goal, because 2-0 is always a very dangerous scoreline. Obviously, they made 3 changes at half-time, and Ebu Adams, being the general he is, getting that third goal just killed the game, and it made it a nice walk in the park for the rest of that second half. But that was the most important goal or part of the match for me, was that third goal.
When obviously when that Connor Chaplin goal went in, Russ, obviously you're more towards the front of the frat end, aren't you? So I think you could probably seen his reaction a bit better as the way how he run away once he scored. How much like emotion was in Connor Chaplin's face when he ran away?
Yeah, he. I think it wasn't even just him. It was just like everyone. The whole. I've never heard a crowd just be so happy a player scored a goal. It was like relief for him. Big weight off his shoulder. You could see how much it meant to him, but then it also felt like a bit of relief from the fans as well. Because I think everyone, no matter, people, like we've talked about it, I think, Haz has been a bit more probably critical than me and you, but even Haz would admit he still wants Chaplin to succeed here.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I don't, I don't want any player to fail in a Pompey shirt, whether they're from here or not.
Yeah.
His performances haven't been good enough, and he
Yeah,
is
well,
slowly,
I know
he is
Scum
slowly
game,
getting there. And I'm just hoping that goal, now it's finally happened, and it was a good goal as well. It wasn't like it's gone in off his arse or anything. It was a really good finish and it was a good run. And I really hope that he can build on it.
Yeah, I think he had 2 good chances even before he scored. He was on one. I think I think the boys could smell blood a bit in the first half. Ali was tearing them apart.
That guy is unbelievable.
Yeah, and it's nice. I think I turned to my dad and said, "Isn't it nice not to miss Murphy?" Like, I'm not saying Ali's better than Murphy, but it's just nice not to go, "Oh, wish we had Murphy play." Like, every game, it's like, "Oh, wish we had Murphy. Wish we had Murphy." You know what I mean? You think every game he's affected since he's been here. Got an assist on his debut. Played a big part in the Watford goal. Even against Scum, he had a good game. And then he scores his first goal for the club, like 4 games in, and he's been impressive in all 4. And it's just nice to have that bit of quality and not have to rely so much just on one player. That is starting, Chaplin's starting to come into it. And what I liked is, what I noticed, especially in the first half, was Chaplin is starting to drop deeper, which seems to suit him better. All of a sudden you find him in midfield. But Adams kept being the 10. And it just allows Chaplin to get involved in the game more and dictate the game more. And then, I don't think Sega's had his best game on Saturday. It's probably one of the worst games he's had. But before that, he's, again, Watford away, he was brilliant. I thought Scum, he had a good game. Arsenal, he had a good game doing. And it's slowly all starting to click. And people at Ali, and I think Adams is the biggest factor of all that, because Dazzla looked like a fucking world-class midfielder on Saturday, which, I already know he is. But it's just good, Swanson just on the left back. I don't want him to not be our left back, and that's nothing on Ogilvie, because and I've always said it, I've always preferred Ogilvie as a centre back. And then Tezza is Tezza. at the end of the day.
I don't think there was. Okay, Segatic and maybe Bishop had a bit of a quieter game, but they were still involved. But I don't think there was anyone that had a bad game. Everyone was on it. I thought Regan Paul did really well, considering he was just obviously he missed out on the Scum game, and he's come back in again. Ogilvie at centre half. Adams is five. I was before Adams come in, I think like Terry Devlin's probably the best financed, as in transfer fee player we've brought in I don't even know, probably maybe 10 years that we've paid a fee for. But Ebu Adams is making his way up that list very quickly already. One, partly because of that goal against Scum, but just his overall effect on the team. Ali and Adams have just been sensational. That you can't ask of anything more from your January signings than to affect the games and affect the team in such a positive way than Ali and Adams have since they've come in. They've been absolutely outstanding.
The other thing I don't understand is how much the Derby fans were saying I can't remember how many were, how terrible he is on the ball, because I haven't seen that.
No, neither have I. He doesn't do anything like outrageously spectacular with the ball at his feet and stuff like that. But we don't need that right now, because I don't think we should be a possession-based side, at least not at the moment. I think what's going to be working for us is what worked for us last season when we went back to that, was getting the ball forward as quickly as we can, getting into the wide areas, using the likes of Murphy and now Ali. Obviously, we don't have that out and out pace on the right yet, but that's not a bad thing. We kind of did that last season, didn't we, with Richie out on the right. Now we've got Segatic out there, which gives us a little bit of a different outlet. And because people are so concentrated, I think Massino said it last year, didn't he, about people are so concentrated on like the Murphy side, that Richie has a different role to play and probably has a little bit more space, because they're more worried about the pacing behind for Murphy, and now with like Ali, like to say. So I think Adams suits the way we should be playing. And next to him, you've got Dazzla, who showed with that through ball for Ali, that he's probably a bit more technically gifted, which is said something you've always had in a centre mid partnership. Well, I think I said this a couple of weeks ago about like your Lampards and Essians and that kind of stuff. Like one player is more technically gifted, the other one is more of a workhorse. Can still play, but does things a little bit differently. And as you said, Russ, like about how we're looking now, obviously, I think we'll really see if that's kicked on Saturday. But with all these players that have sort of been played out of position, like Swanson at left back, Devlin at right back, they played out of position. So they've the whole system has now got used to those sort of aspects as well. Same with Segatic out on the right, because I think Segatic and Chaplin, I don't think not they didn't work to start with, but I think there was some confusion there. And I think Chaplin started to go out too wide, and now he's sticking more like in that 10 role. And as you said, Russ, maybe dropping a bit deeper, which is fine as long as you said, Adams pushes on. Because what you don't want to do is create too much of a gap, because that's where we've had our issues with Bishop not having that support. So I think we're really in a really good place. I think West Brom obviously weren't great, but I don't want to take away the fact that we played well, because you can tell when you've not played well, when you have played well against a poor team, rather than it's just two bad teams playing. Like I think, was it like Charlton at home, was that kind of thing? But I don't think that was on Saturday. I think we looked good as well. We carved them open. Some of the balls we were playing, how quickly we moved the ball. So,
I think you can do both, right? You can say how bad West Brom were, but you can also praise how good we were,
definitely,
in punishing them for being so bad.
Yeah.
Because we've had teams punish us with a game like this. Kind of like, you remember Derby last year. I thought we lost 4-0. We were terrible, but Derby played well enough and did what they needed to do to punish us for being shit.
Yeah.
And it felt like we've had that done to us quite a few times over the last couple of seasons being in the champ. And especially this season, we haven't done that to anyone else. So it was nice to see the fact that we could do it. And I think we've always played in halves this season as well. When we've played well, we've only done it in either a first half or a second half. And I thought this was our best 90 minutes. And as I said earlier, that third goal from Adams just killed it. And it meant that we could take the foot off the gas because they were just going through the motions at that point. They knew that they weren't going to score. They didn't really trouble our back line. Nico didn't have a lot to do. And it meant that we could just kind of take the foot off the gas and just relax and not be so intense and kind of keep ourselves. Should have been for Tuesday, but, you know, weather had other ideas. But I just think, we're in such a good run of form, right? Was it 1 loss in 9 in the league now?
Yeah.
Unbeaten in 5 at home. Joe, thanks Joe for that stat in the comments. Unbeaten at 5 at home as well, which is a massive plus for us. You know, we've said about we haven't done so well at home this season, but we seem to be kind of getting it going again. How it was last year. I think the fans are seeing more of what we saw last year, which is what we want to see, right? It shows a bit of intensity and a bit of fight and grit as well. And you show that, and we'll back you to the hill. Even if we lose, we'll back you to the hill as long as you show some intensity. But yeah, so and especially now Leicester have dropped down into that area. There's a whole group of us that are down there. You know, West Brom. We won't count Sheffield Wednesday because obviously it's not really relevant. No offence. 23rd is Oxford on 27 points. 22nd is West Brom on 32. 21st is Blackburn on 32. 20th is Leicester on 32. Then us on 19th on 33. Norwich in 18th on 33. Then Charlton 17th on 35. And then Swansea are 4 ahead of that. Yeah. So there's a whole group of teams in there. And, you know, beating the likes of West Brom, it's something Pompey have struggled to do, again, over the last few seasons, is beat teams in and around us. And they're the ones that, don't get me wrong, beating the likes of Leeds 1-0 at home and stuff is lovely, and it's a great day, and it's in our memories. But then we went and lost to Plymouth at home 3 days later. We've always done better in the bigger games where we're the underdogs, but when we've played teams around us, we've seemed to have struggled. And that's where I was kind of nervous going into the West Brom. I needn't be, but beating the teams around you, it's about beating the teams that are in and around you and just above you to claw those teams down with you. We've got to bring as many teams into this relegation fight as we can. Leicester have obviously helped us off the pitch, but we want as many teams there. So if we were to make a mistake and drop points and stuff, it's not detrimental because other teams are going to do the same, right?
I think a big change to last season though is we were struggling to beat or get points off the teams around us. Where you look at, you know, teams around us, we beat in Oxford, we beat in West Brom, we drew with West Brom, we beat Blackburn, we drew with Leicester, we beat Charlton. I mean,
yeah, exactly. And that's why it feels different to last year.
Yeah, no, definitely. And there was one thing I wanted to pick up on from the game, especially in the second half, which might be interested to hear your guys' thoughts on it, because it kind of moves into sort of when we talk about the transfers and stuff like that, and things that Messino said before we actually signed players on Monday anyway. I found it quite interesting who replaced Bishop. That obviously Kirk was on the bench and he brought on Keshi Anderson, didn't he? And he moved Ali into that number 9 role. I think he was Ali moved in there, didn't he? So that tells you straight away that sort of, I mean, he hasn't really got proper confidence in him, and we're 3-0 up, so it kind of is the perfect time to bring Kirk on, no?
I think so, but I feel like the club's philosophy of buy young and sell for profit or whatever. I feel like Messino doesn't really trust in these young players. He hasn't especially trusted in Harvey Blair. He hasn't especially trusted in Thomas Waddingham when he's been fit. He hasn't especially trusted in Kirk. What's the point in bringing these players in if the manager's not going to trust them? The fact he'd rather play a winger up front, okay, again, it brings a completely different dimension. You know, Ali running in behind, which he did almost straight away. It brings something different. But as you say, you're 3-0 up. Why wouldn't you bring on Kirk and let him have a go? Let him have a half an hour run. I don't know why. Maybe he was trying something for maybe the midweek
Maybe.
that then didn't
Good
happen.
point. That's a good point.
But other than that, I just don't see why. If he doesn't trust them, it's not a great idea that we're having this philosophy. Obviously, they're not ready. We know that. There needs to be a development squad or they need to be loaned out. But yeah, if 3-0 up wasn't a perfect opportunity to just give Kirk a run out, I don't know really what was.
But that's it, isn't it, Russ? Like, does he? Okay, we know Kirk isn't ready yet to like start and that kind of thing, and probably come on in games where we really need something. But like, does he need to be ready if we're 3-0 up? Like, isn't that the perfect time when there's no pressure? Like, the game's done.
I think if we didn't have a game Tuesday night, I know we didn't, but I'm talking obviously at that point we didn't know. I think Kirk comes on. I think Ali was going to start up front, and I think he wanted to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
But does that not also show you how he feels about Kirk?
Yeah,
In fact, he'd rather start he would start as another square peg in a round hole.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kirk, when people were crying out for him to start, I didn't get it.
No.
Every time I watched him, I think even I said to you, boy, when we signed him, I watched him on Y Scout, and I said he just looks like a really raw. But there's, don't get me wrong, he's definitely got a potential, but he needs, I don't know, play League 1 or 2 or something, just because all he does is foul people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just barges into them.
But that then comes down to the club's management of buying young.
Well, I've criticised it all along, and even brought up when we had Andrew Moon on here. As in, surely the plan is like last season when we brought Kamara in and people like that. I thought we must be going down the developmental side of things, because what's the point? Or loan them out, bring them all in, and all of them go out on loan, and then they all just don't do either. And then what is the point?
No, I don't know. You're hindering the players as well, aren't you? Not only are you doing yourself a problem because they're there, you're paying wages for young players that aren't ready for this level. But on occasion, you'll get someone like a Sekacic who you bring in for the same thing that is ready, but not everybody is. Especially the youngsters that have also coming from abroad or from a different league in like Kirk and Waddingham and Matthews and stuff. They're, at least Blair and Ume have played. Yes, okay, it's like Premier League 2 and that, but it's still all so different to men's football and men's football at this level. You can't be expecting them all just to go in and hit the ground running. And then when you don't play them and you put an Ali up front instead of a Kirk, one, you kill the kid's confidence, and also there's no benefit of him being here then if you're not going to use them. And that's where the loans out need to be utilised.
If Waddingham's was fit, do you think and we're in that scenario like we were on Saturday when Bishop comes off, do you think Messino trusts him more, or is it literally just the fact that these two lads
I don't think it would have mattered.
I think Messino rapes Waddingham.
That's because
the way he talks about him, and I think he definitely seems to have a bit more of a. And I'm not being funny. Out of the two, I would have Waddingham all day long because I like what I've seen from Waddingham, but it's just unfortunately what we've seen is very little.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think as we've said about the young lads, like we haven't got an under 23s, and the likes of Kirk and Waddingham aren't, if they are to go out on loan at some point, they can't go on loan to our normal bog standard clubs like having Louisville and Gosport on that, like, because no disrespect to them, it's good, really good standard, but it's not their standard. They would need to go to a League One, League Two team, and obviously I think it's just where we've been so unlucky with injuries that's hampered their progression of being able to go out, because we just can't allow, especially Kirk, we can't allow him to go out because like we need that cover just in case.
I think, but also I just don't think like I don't know. Like when you listen to Messino talk about Waddingham and a Blair, you can tell he rates them. But when he talks about like Kamara last season or Kirk, it's almost like, well, he's clearly not interested in them. I don't even think send them out on loan would do anything. It's one of them where is this more of a Hughes signing?
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
like we don't know how much Messino gets to say in things.
No, I mean, and to be fair, that's kind of the point in the way of the like sporting director or director of football, whatever you call them, and a head coach, is that it's the club buying the player. Obviously, the coach needs to be on board with it all and that kind of stuff, but it's the club buying the player, not the coach or the manager. So, like, if the manager then moves on, you then get another head coach that plays the same way, so that you can basically say to the players, no matter what happens to this manager, you're gonna be the right player for the way we want to play. So I suppose like he probably has some sort of input, but I suppose the final thing comes down to Rich Hughes, I would guess. But I suppose that's the way it's been,
It
really.
might be more of Moutinho has a bit more control over his squad, like main squad, and then Hughes is like maybe putting players for the future. Well, he sees for the future. I don't know. We could be sat here all day talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it's one of those things. Unless you're in the room, you don't know the full ins and outs and the conversations, that kind of stuff. So as you
Then not
said,
only that, I'm sure it happens where you like the look of a player, you bring him in, and then you go, oh, actually,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it. That's the same with any signing, isn't it? Like any of the lads we've brought in now, or within the summer and that kind of stuff. Like the window's only like a signing's only a good signing once they've had a bit of time to bed in. I've said this before, but there's loads of examples of signings that looks brilliant on paper, but then like fell off the edge of a cliff. You know what I mean? So I suppose it's one of those we'll wait and see. I suppose Kirk and Waddingham both have like time on their side, along with some of the other lads. Just unfortunately, they're just picking up too many injuries at the moment, aren't they? So,
And that's why, I think if Waddingham was fit, I don't think we probably bring in Jacob Brown.
Yeah, probably not.
yeah, probably not. Yeah,
And if Frank Oume, if Harvey Blair are fit, Josh Murphy's fit, maybe we don't bring in Milinik Ali as well. We might do anyway because like Lang's gone and that.
Yeah, I think Ali would have been the. I don't know if we would have brought in Anderson.
But one of them wouldn't have come in. If all of your centre halves are fit, we're not bringing in Alesse, and we're not probably not bringing in Dia either,
no.
or Caballero for the wing as well.
Yeah, I would like to think actually that even if Waddingham and Kirk were fit, that maybe we would have gone for like a Jacob Brown because of another another experienced head in that forward line if we need to use him. Because like I said, I like Waddingham and Kirk. I'm not seeing enough of really, but of their ages, can you put that much like sort of on their shoulders when, especially Waddingham, who's not played like over here, is he really? I know he's been training and that lot, but he's played nowhere near enough games. Where a Jacob Brown is experienced enough and played enough football in the Championship to be able to sort of step in. He might need a game or two to get up and running if he's not played a lot of football, but he's got a body of work which tells me that he's got more of a chance to do well. And that's all you can do with transfers is make I know like the whole educated guess and educated like risk and things like that is doing the rounds and that kind of thing, but it is kind of true because at the end of the day you don't know until the player comes in, so everything's like an educated guess really. Is there anything else? We'll talk about the West Brom game.
No.
We all good to move on? Yeah, right, lovely. Well, I think this will be a little bit shorter, but obviously we were meant to be playing Ipswich on Tuesday, and unfortunately the pitch was a bit wet. Apparently, I didn't actually see that coming. To be honest, when I saw it on social media, I got to admit I was very shocked. Like,
I wasn't.
no, you weren't, but.
No.
I don't know. The thing is, with the freezing cold temperature, obviously the last time the game was called off, it didn't surprise me that much because obviously it can happen and things like that. But I mean, it's been raining a lot. Obviously, I'm in Winchester, but it has been raining a lot. But I didn't think it was raining enough to cool the game off.
We are in the top 10 most rained city or town in the whole UK.
Really?
Yeah, it's been relentless. Absolutely. It's just rain all the time, every day. You might get one, like yesterday was a bit better, and then today's been raining again all day.
Yeah.
And I've looked at the weather for next week, and all it is raining all week. It's meant that the average rain this time of year is something like 80 mils. We've had 230.
Yeah, I heard that on Who Needs Mourinho podcast with our friend Andrew Moon. Yeah, that surprised me a lot, and then that made a whole lot of sense. Then, to be honest.
And don't get me wrong, and also, but before I say what I was about to say, I had a look at how much rain Ipswich had, and they were below average, so maybe that's why they can't get it in their head. Anyway, don't get me wrong, does the pitch need looking at and the drainage? Yeah. Could anyone foreseen that we were going to have the wettest winter in over 100 years? No. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Is that something that you go, right, just in case, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure now that we'll probably be forced to do something now in the summer. But honestly, the reaction from the Ipswich fans has just been hysterical, to be quite honest with you. But I noticed. I was like, who's got a baby? I noticed Saturday. I don't know if either of you did that. There were certain parts of the pitch where the ball wouldn't bounce.
I didn't notice that. To be fair, I did have a few drinks on the Saturday, so
there was a moment where the ball was going to Schmid towards the Fratton end, and the ball he was waiting for it to bounce and just go in his hands, and it didn't bounce, and he ended up just using his feet instead. And I was like, ooh. And then there's a picture of Adams doing his salute. Yeah. And the pitch in front of it just looks horrendous.
Looks like a mud bath.
Yeah. Well, that's where obviously they do their shooting drills, don't they? The away team before the game. And
then Sunday it was just torrential rain all day. Monday was on and off, and I said to my partner, I wouldn't be shocked if it was off with the rain we got coming Tuesday. And then lo and behold, it was.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, I would have really felt for the Ipswich fans if they didn't react the way they did for the first game, because they were making out as if we were the only ground that got postponed that day, when you actually also had Hull City, you had Sheffield United and someone else, wasn't it? Because all of those rearranged games were played on the Tuesday from that weekend. And then obviously, they benefited from their game being suspended up at Blackburn when they were losing 1-0, and they managed to go back up there. Did they get a point, I think, in the rearranged game? So they used postponements to their to a positive and a negative for them, I suppose. But it was a bit silly. But I think a lot of Pompey fans got in on the act and enjoyed maybe winding Ipswich fans up. And to be honest, obviously I feel bad for the genuine down-to-earth sound Ipswich fans that either already made the journey or took some time off and things like that and understand. But I think the ones that sort of pipe up all over social media, funny enough, don't have pictures of their faces on their social media. It was quite funny to wind them up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just part of football, isn't it? Unfortunately. And when you, as Russ said, you look at how much rain we've had compared to other parts of the country and other parts of, previous years in Portsmouth, it is a lot more. The club are clearly going to have done everything they can to get the game on. There's not a lot you can do. If it's not playable, it's not playable. And they did it early enough that it's done and dusted, that 99% of the away fans aren't going to be travelling at 11 o'clock in the morning for a Tuesday night match. So they've done it with plenty of time. And if it's not playable then, it's not going to have been playable in the evening because it didn't really stop raining all day. And it
Well, that
just
was
so
the
happened
point.
then the next
'cause
day,
they
the
were
next,
saying about the you should have covers on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the moment you take them covers off, which it has to, the amount of rain coming, it would have flooded the pitch anyway.
yeah, the only thing I didn't get is why we watered it on Saturday, but we won't talk about that.
God, don't tell them that.
Yeah, let them know it. Let them know it. Just is what it is. I get it's frustrating, and it's quite funny that the same match has been postponed twice.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
Only Pompey.
Yeah, well,
It's very Pompey, and hopefully we beat them when they come
But
down
I must
eventually.
admit, right, I do agree with the first game, a bit of criticism, because I do believe once your championship, you should have undersold heating. I think that should be like a rule. But you can't do nothing about rain.
No.
Like, there's no stopping rain.
Well, that's the thing. I think with us, the first postponement for definite, obviously, I don't think we did absolutely everything we could do to get that game on. I could be completely wrong, but like, do you mean it wouldn't surprise me if that was the case? Obviously, the club are never going to say it and that kind of stuff, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was sort of we did one or two things a little bit slower to get the game on, maybe, because in the position we were in. But it's one of these things with Ipswich coming down our place, like where they are, the squad they've got compared to us. Even if we had a fully fit team, they're the big favourites. So it's not like if they came down and beat us, it's like a massive surprise. If you're playing like an Oxford and we're depleted, you're like, yeah, quick, let's try and get this game off, because obviously we want to be at our full strength against them. So I don't know. Well, I'm sure like they went to like a tractor convention afterwards or stuff like that.
Or
So
hopefully by the next time we play them, they'll just stop crying and the pitch won't be flooded again.
yeah,
So.
we'll see.
And
About that.
when they come back and they win, if they win, I don't care if they clip it out. I couldn't give a shit.
There's that.
You should be beating us when you see the size of the fucking budget difference between the two clubs.
Exactly. Well, I had on transfer market. I had both of their squads up, ours and theirs, and ours cost 36.68 million. Well, not cost, but that's what they
value.
And Ipswich is 197.2.25. So that tells you what we're up against. And
they spent more on pillaging than we did on everyone, I think.
I know, mental, but that's where we're at. And well, as we're talking about costs of squads,
good segue.
You get it, very good segue. So we've obviously spoken about the likes of Adams and Ali, haven't we? Really. So should we just like have a little whisk over the three new lads that came in on Tuesday? Should we start with Jacob Brown, the player that we probably know more about than any of the other two, really?
No, speak for yourself. I know everything about Cabby.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. Let's start on the defender, because there's a bit of like interesting information. Apparently, where this is again what I got off of Who Needs Mourinho podcast. Apparently, was it Jordan Cross? I think said that the sporting director at the club that Dia came from is a massive Pompey fan. Apparently,
Haugesund.
Yeah. Apparently, he's a massive Pompey fan. Either the manager or the sporting director. I can't remember which one he said now. So maybe that's a little bit of a link in sort of maybe he like sort
How
of
bizarre.
passed the name over.
Any reason why?
No idea. No, I don't know.
What club did he come from again?
Haugesund in Norway.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jordan Cross said it was him. Either the manager or the sporting director or someone who's involved with that club is a Pompey fan. So I think he's from that part of the world. But
Big user clip fan? Big user clip fan?
Maybe, yeah. But okay, let's talk about Dyer as Z then. So, because obviously segueing off that.
Kieran, Eric, or Kieran or Eric?
That name rings a bell from what he said.
You called him Dyer. His name's not Dyer.
Dia. Oh no, what's his name?
Fuck
Jojo.
Jojo, yeah. What do you mean? He says Eric.
You called him Dyer.
Dia, like D. His surname is D-I-A.
Yeah, and you called him Dyer, so I said Eric or Kieran.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kieran
right.
Dyer. He used to play for Newcastle.
All right, okay, whatever.
Fucking hell, he's really losing it, Russ. I'm worried about him.
No, I don't know what you're going on about.
Well, if you said the names correctly in the first place, you wouldn't worry, would we?
So how do you say his name then?
Good.
Dear.
What's his first name?
Maddiodio.
Yeah,
I heard he wasn't very dear.
I could not care less. I'll call him what the fuck I want, all right?
That's
Call
not
Jojo.
Just call him Jojo.
So anyway, I watched some clips of him, and obviously you can clip up anything and stuff like that. He looks raw, but he's a big lad, athletic. He looks half decent on the ball, like, and in the air he looks quite good. Like, is there anything we can say about him, really? Because at the moment, or do we just need to wait until he gets a chance to play?
It's wait and see, isn't it? Like, he looks big, he looks athletic. Until we see him,
we need someone of his height, don't we? You know, he's 6'4". We need someone in both boxes, really. Hopefully, he can help with set pieces of attacking and defensively. We needed another centre half that's actually fit. He's just the Norwegian league's finished in October, so he hasn't played since then. But he has just come off the back of a pre-season with Helgeson, so is to some kind of fitness. And Messino said that he's probably not going to be involved in the first team for a couple of weeks, just so they can get him settled, get him ready, and get him up to speed to what we want.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a bit, going back just quickly to the West Brom game, you're speaking about not bringing Kirk on, even I think he did eventually come on, didn't he, if I remember rightly? But it was a bit weird that we didn't bring the Sunderland lad on for even 10 minutes.
I think he was there for numbers.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. But we were told all the signings were going to be ready to start.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's not.
It could have been the instance where you've got the same with Paul that was on the bench against Scummers, wasn't it? He was on the bench, but he wasn't going to come on if he didn't have to. So maybe that's another scenario. But maybe if, I suppose because West Brom, they threw on Madger and things like that, and obviously he's a very tricky forward to deal with. So maybe they didn't want a player that's not played a lot of football up against a striker like that. But again, at 3-0, you got to throw these people on if you want them to get game time, I suppose. Should we move on to the Paraguayan Prince? Fresh from getting a move from Santos and playing alongside one of the world's best forward attacking players. He's now going to be involved in a squad with the world's best right back. So what do we think of him? Have you guys watched any of his clips and stuff like that?
At least that he hasn't put on too much weight from eating in all these restaurants on Sunday.
He did the rounds, didn't he?
But don't forget, he's used to playing with injury-prone players because he's played with Neymar, so he's fine with that.
Yeah, but that was only when it was his sister's birthday, wasn't it?
That is true.
He got injured or suspended around his sister's birthday, and they had a very interesting relationship from what I see on social media.
Yeah, very weird.
Similar to relationship with them lot down the road have with their sisters, isn't it?
Yeah, so I suppose that's
with Cabby, he's either going to be the most exciting player you've ever seen, well, maybe not ever, but maybe we've seen for a while down at Fratton Park, or he's just going to stink the joint out. Or
as we said, he's either going to be. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say he might even be one of them that one week he stinks the gaff out, and the next week you think, "Fucking hell, where'd that come from?"
Yeah, he's either going to be D'Alessandro or Lloyd Isgrove.
And there's no Isgrove we never even saw.
Well, exactly.
The same part of the world as well, aren't they? Lloyd Isgrove and all.
I think what I like is Messino seems excited by him.
Well, we tried to sign him, didn't we, last summer?
Yeah,
and he ended up going to Santos.
And I get more excited about a player when Messino seems excited about a player. And he seems really excited about the player. I think we talked about it last week, and then he did his pre-match before Ipswich, and he just looked down and fed up, and we were worried. But then when I watched it the other day, he looked really happy and chirpy. So he must be happy with what we got in.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think with this obviously Caballero lad, like I think it's good that it's come out that there's some kind of option to buy because with a player like that coming over from South America, like he's not going to be. Well, he might be totally out at the very start, but you have to give him a bit of time to adapt, and hopefully then he gets better as the second half of the season goes. And you'd like to think coming over all that way, it's a bit weird if he's not like there's not any kind of option there. But from the videos I've seen and stuff like that, he looks good. Like he looks exciting. But again, is he going to get the certain amount of time? Obviously, the weather will and the pitches will obviously make a little bit of a difference. But hopefully, like this can be one of those out of left field signings that can obviously like excite everyone. And Harry, what was the apparent like buy like figure?
4 million,
Yeah, which that can't be true, surely.
according to Santos
How much does
Twitter
Santos
account.
pay? How much does Santos pay for him from?
I can't remember what I saw, but
I have a look.
they paid quite a good amount, but they only paid for like 50% of his rights or something.
Right.
It's weird how they do it over
Yeah.
there because it's sort of for like 50% of his rights rather than the actual player. Yeah, I mean, hopefully, like Messina said, he should get bums off seats, and hopefully that we'll see that, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Is he? Do we know if he's available for Saturday or is? I know that it was
he,
due. It's
they
due.
were all they were just waiting for international clearance,
Yeah.
so he is fit and he is ready to play. It's just if the international clearance comes in time, which hopefully you think it's been put in Sunday/Monday. You would hope by Saturday it's there.
Yeah. I think it all depends on his international career, doesn't it, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think
But
that's
that's down to the slot, what slot he takes up and stuff, isn't it?
which
Um,
which I'd guess like we would definitely know that he can just slot in there because otherwise we wouldn't have gone to all that trouble of bringing him over.
well,
Surely.
exactly.
And that is the thing with our club. I suppose it shows like last season with the old Bishop coming back early. They are good at that sort of thing to making sure that players can slot in or we can manipulate the rules to make sure it like comes out like good for us, I suppose. So and
According
then
to Transfer Market, he was
go on.
signed for just over 1 million.
Oh right, okay. For what? Yeah, actually, yeah, there's 1 million in his thing on here. Actually, what I'm just looking at now. So yeah, so I can't see 4 million. Maybe that's like a starting figure. I'm sure.
That could be
No,
all in.
apparently it's been agreed. Like
If
there's no negotiation. It's been done. It's
It's
just
a
whether
set fee, isn't it? But I
yeah,
suppose that could be all in. That could be including a shit ton of add-ons and everything.
yeah.
That could be a total fee if everything goes to plan.
and just so everyone's aware, like that's how 99% of transfers is done. It's done in payments, like over a couple of seasons, maybe 3 to 4. No club, 9 times out of 10, pays the full amount straight away. So when people were getting a bit agitated about this news about Preston paying us like 500 grand and then 400 grand, that's completely normal. That's because they put that into their budgets and that's how they get round
Do
FP.
transfers like that for years, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Should
So I
we?
don't understand why people got so agitated about it. Like, obviously, 1 or 2 people won't know about it, but I don't know whether like people are just sort of whenever it's anything about Pompey or stuff like that, they like to look at the negative side rather than just thinking, well, hold on, is this a normal thing to happen? And it definitely is.
I'm wary of time, but should we quickly just talk about Lang?
Do
We
you,
got the Luton lad as well to talk about, whatever his name is.
yeah.
Forgotten.
Oh, do you know what? We'll leave Lang. Let's talk about Lang another day. I think let's concentrate on our players. Do you reckon? For this season, and then
By the way, it makes sense to talk about Lang in the preview of Preston, doesn't it?
yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah. So quickly talk about Brown. I'm excited about it. To be honest, like he's a player again, which a name that obviously I know he did well at Stoke. I think from what I saw, Stoke fans were a bit sad to let him go to Luton, but obviously when Luton got in the Premier League, I think that's when he went to Luton. And I don't know how many goals he scored in the Premier League, but he played enough games. And a bit like Ali, I suppose this season, he's fallen out of favour with Wilshere. But Russ, it's a positive sign, isn't it? And it's a good I think he can play across all the front line, but he can play up front.
Yeah, it's a sign in that I feel like we definitely come out stronger than where we were at the end of December. Is he the sort of striker that the fans have been crying out for? No. But I think he was one where it's a player you've heard. Like I'm like, I know him, I've seen him. Yeah, he's all right. I'll have him as a backup. We talked about because it was a permanent and it was a loan, so I don't know if that was just a misunderstanding or if the deal changed or because I did see I haven't fully read it. Was it Cullen or Hughes moaning that clubs were moving the goalposts?
Both of them,
yeah,
have moaned about that.
Yeah, so
I think that was aimed at Dundee for Luke Graham.
Well, yeah, because I've got no reason not to believe Neil Allen that he said he was on his way down for a medical, and so God knows what happened there.
Well, so it was supposedly they wanted 1.3 and we offered that, and then they wanted 1.4 and we offered that, and then again the goalposts were moved again, and that's when we went, "Oh, you see, we'll fuck you off."
Yeah. They said a few clubs. So are they talking about the
Ingleson as well, I reckon. But they've also said that they haven't specifically named those two, but they've also both said that we can go and revisit certain players in the summer.
Well, I think Graham will be probably signed in the summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a good backup. I still think Bishop's a better striker and he would still be number one. But I'll be quite happy for him to start Saturday as
it offers you something different as well, doesn't it? It's a different type of striker to Bishop.
Yeah, 100%.
Which is what you need. You don't want a kind of a clone. I mean, it would be nice to have a clone of Bishop, but you also want something to change. If you need to change the way you're playing, then you've got something different. He can get in behind. Maybe that's also why they were playing Ali up front, to see what it would be like if we could get someone like Brown in. So,
yeah. As I said, I'm happy with it. I think it's a solid enough signing. Like, is it a signing that you sort of like jump around the room celebrating? Probably not, no. But I think it's like with all of our transfer window, well, especially the like Brown, Ali, and Adams. It's a window that gives you more of a chance of staying up, in my opinion. But I suppose now players are signed. Let's see how we go. And obviously that starts on Saturday, where Preston has.
indeed,
diddly stats for us.
Indeed, it does. So we are away to Preston, and we are not kicking off at 3:00. We are kicking off at 3:01.
Yep.
Which is all the EFL matches at 3:00 are kicking off at 3:01, which is to do with the British Heart Foundation and their campaign about everybody learning CPR, which you can learn in less than a minute, which is the whole point, that you could learn CPR in the minute between 3:00 and 3:01. Obviously, heading that is Tom Lockyer, who played for Luton, who we know had some heart issues playing for Luton. Also part of it, as well as Colby Bishop, who we know through our own club has had issues with heart surgery as well. So it's just a little reminder to go on British Heart Foundation if you want, and they can teach you. I think all you've got to do is grab a pillow or grab a cushion, and you can learn how to do it. So Preston are kind of slipping down the table. They started off a couple of weeks ago or a couple of months ago. They were in the they were in the playoffs. They're now down in 9th. They haven't won in the last 5. So their last 5 matches are 4 losses and a draw, which they drew last time out to Ipswich, but then they lost 3-0 to Hull. They've lost 4-0 to Middlesbrough. They've lost 1-0 to Derby as well. So they're kind of slipping down a bit. They're not doing so well. Saying that, they are still 11 points ahead of us. However, so they haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 5. They've only scored 1 goal in their last 5, where we've scored 7 goals in our last 5. Their top scorer is Lewis Dobbin on 6 goals, so the same amount as Segacic. Head-to-head wise, obviously we won last time out, 1-0. We also lost away from home last year.
Should never have done. Still kills me.
Yeah, it didn't work out very well, did it? But then obviously we battered them here the previous year as well. So it seems to it's one of them fixtures that goes with the home team.
Yeah, I was going to say when I think about all the games we played that I can remember, it seems to be win at Fratton Park, lose there. So.
Yeah, there's a couple of draws as well. We drew away in 2013, March. We had Jed Wallace scored for us.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but most of it seems to go with the home team. But let's hope that it's different. Obviously, a couple of ex-Pompey players, a certain Callum Lang, who has just moved there.
Do you get the feeling that Messina seems a bit pissed off with Lang?
I don't. Just obviously not knowing anything to do with it, I feel that Lang has left the club in bad terms, and it feels like there's a bit of something there now between maybe Lang and the club, Lang and Messina, maybe. Again, this is just all kind of in my head. I feel like he's left not on good terms.
Well, by the sounds, what Messina was talking about was the answer was no, you're not going anywhere. And then Lang has forced it through literally right at the end of the window.
Well, he expressed his, according to like Rich Hughes and Cullen as well, he expressed his wish to move to Preston. That was also then came in with a transfer request towards the end. The club have got the money that they wanted. It's a club record deal for Preston, which their previous was Osmajic, who cost them 2.15 million. So if it's a club record deal, it's more than that. So it's more than the initial 1.75 that they was reported by the news. So again, it's a shame because he's a fan favourite, but over £2 million for a player that's only played 8 games this year. Yes, please. So
yeah, it's good business in my eyes, and we only paid
the club.
400k.
The club have not been pushed over. We've got the money that we wanted, and it's a transaction that's worked for every player, for everyone. So I think we just kind of move on now. Whether he plays on Saturday is you don't know. He might be fit. They've shown him in their training videos. Another ex-Pompey player is Michael Smith, who was very much kicked on from his time when he was at Pompey in that League 2 season. So, fixture-wise, obviously Ipswich is null and void again. Russ, you went for a West Brom, the West Brom game, you went for a 1-0 Pompey win with Ali, so you get 3 points for that.
Banging in these scorers, aren't I?
You are. And me and Daz and I got 1 point each for the correct outcome, but not the correct score.
I could have sworn one of you picked Chaplin. No?
I did against Scum.
I had in my head one of you had Chaplin.
So, Russ, you are flying up onto 30 points. Daz is on 23 and I'm on 15. So, Preston, Russ, you can fuck yourself. Daz, what is your prediction?
So I've been swaying between 2-1 or a draw. It's only because I don't know.
You don't know? Can I go?
I'm going to go first then. I'm going 2-1 Pompey with Ali.
Oh, you two nicking my scoreline. That's why I jumped in when he was like.
We can have the same scoreline, though, can't we?
Yeah, I know, but I want to. You want to be different, don't you?
Well, I'm going to go 2-1 because that's what was. It was either a draw or 2-1.
That makes no help to me whatsoever.
Exactly. So I think we're all going to go 2-1.
That's the point.
So that
2-1.
way has to get the goal scorer.
Yeah. Who could be playing? See, I think Brown will start. I think he has to start. I don't know who else would play up top. Can we have a sub play on if like I choose Brown and
No.
oh. See,
What do you mean sub play on?
He wants to do super sub like they do on the
sub.
betting apps. No.
Wait, you could pick Brown. If he comes on and scores, then...
I'll just go Segatic.
Yeah. I can say, if you pick a player and he starts on the bench and comes on, you still get it.
Yeah. Fair play. I'll just go Segatic just in case, be safe.
Russ?
2-1.
Boo.
I'm gonna go for Ali again.
Yeah.
He's going the same as me.
Did you say? Hold on. So, can we have two of the same goal scorers as well then?
Oh, did you say Ali has?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I changed then. I didn't. I thought you. I don't know why.
Well, in that case, I'm going to go 2-1 Ali as well.
No, the goal scorer has to be different.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we could just literally just pick the same as every week.
Keep it there.
I'll go Chaplin to get another one. Go on.
Lovely. Perfect. Right. So that's that done. Shall we move on to our games and our segments? So I start off with my organised dance.
Disastrous, disorganised.
Well, what we're doing this week is because obviously we've had our second postponement against Ipswich. I thought what we would do is that
main games are being postponed.
Yeah, right. So you can pick a bit like what we did with the Scum game. You can pick any player from either Portsmouth or Ipswich. We're going to go with their goals, assists, and appearances. And obviously there is a couple of players that sort of have played for both clubs. So it's up to you whether you want to choose their appearances just for Pompey or just for Ipswich or both together. So, but you only get, once that player's gone, he's gone, and you only get one chance to do.
Are we only doing current players?
Only current squads, yeah. So that's how we're going to...
current squads.
So the current squad, yeah. So for both Portsmouth and Ipswich, just the players who you want, and it will be based on their appearances, goals and assists for that club, for Pompey or Ipswich, or the players that have played for both. You can either use just one team's appearances and goals, or you can add them together. But obviously, if you add them together, there's always a chance you may go over 180 and stuff like that. So just something to be aware of. And we're going to start off with, obviously, I don't know if everyone heard the news, but obviously John Virgo passed away the other day. So in honour of John Virgo...
big break.
I'm gonna be snickering you tonight. I'm playing for my aim, so you better believe I'm right. I'm gonna be snookering you tonight.
So there we go. In honour of...
Where's the cue ball going?
Big John Virgo. Who wants to go first?
I will.
Has you going first, are you? Right.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, let's go.
Nothing but the best production on here.
Brilliant.
So you're going first, yeah?
Straight in, George Hurst.
Straight in, George Hurst. So
Which
with
one?
George Hurst, what
Both.
are we doing? So you're using both. So that's goals, appearances, and assists for both Portsmouth and Ipswich.
Indeed.
He's a bit out of, from what I read, a lot of Ipswich fans do not want him at Ipswich.
No, they want him gone.
Well, that's the thing. I thought maybe that might be something that we might have looked into, maybe, but I don't know. So he has made 107 for Ipswich, 107 appearances. He's had 25 goals. Is that goals, that one?
Ooh, this is going to be close.
25 goals and 12 assists.
Oh,
And for Portsmouth, I think you've definitely gone over, mate. He's had 46 appearances,
Fucking hell.
15 goals and 3 assists. So
I thought you were quite safe with that, but obviously not.
208, unfortunately, mate.
He scored.
Oh,
He
fuck.
scored more for Ipswich than I realised. I'm going to go Andre Dazzla and combine them.
Do you know what? I actually forgot Dazzla was there.
That's where he started.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. That's a good shout. Because I thought, I was trying to see if we had quite a few players that overlapped, and I thought I could only think of Chaplin and Hurst.
The Chaplin will surely be too high.
So it didn't sound as good, but now it does. So Ipswich, he made 93 appearances, scored 3 goals, and set up 2. For Portsmouth, he's
It's going to be close
played
again, isn't it?
70,
Oh,
scored 3, and assisted 2. 173.
oh God, Jesus!
You motherfucker.
Great score.
I thought I was safe for that. I thought it'd be like 140 or something like that.
It's close, that, wasn't it? I think it builds up to the suspension, like me reading them out, because it makes you think, oh, am I over? You require 501.
Josh Murphy.
Josh
Yeah,
Murphy.
that was going to be my next pick.
Josh Murphy, obviously, has just played for Pompey. As I said, don't forget, whichever player you want to pick, if they have played for both teams, you don't have to use both Pompey and Ipswich's appearances. You can pick one or the other, as I said. So,
I don't quite follow, Daz. Do you need to repeat that? I'm joking.
Well, I thought just in case. So I thought just in case I said Dia again. 56 appearances, 7 goals, 19 assists, 82. Russ.
Connor Ogilvie for Portsmouth.
I say, he played it. So Connor Ogilvie, best left centre back in the league. I think that's where he starts every week for me.
Yep.
Oh, you're already over with the appearances. He's made 181 appearances, 12 goals, 7 assists, 200.
Fucking Ogilvie, I knew I hated him.
What am I on, Daz?
419. So I don't think you can check out.
Cheers.
That's right.
Can I go George Hurst, just Ipswich, please?
No, you've already picked George Hurst.
Yeah, but I picked him as combined, so I can't.
I said you had one chance. You either picked it, like, you either chose whichever way you wanted to do it, but you'd only had one chance with that one player.
That's not very nice, is it?
It's not very Christmassy, I know, but that's the rules.
That's the rules, is it? It's the rules that you just randomly make up as you go along.
To be fair, he did actually say that.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
That was in the middle of me calling Dia.
Fucking hell. Regan Poole.
Here we go. Okay, let's go. Regan Poole. He has 70 appearances. 72. 70 appearances, 4 goals and 0 assists. Very selfish. 74.
I'm going to go Zach Swanson. Can you believe we've got 3 players left from our promotion team and they're all Cowley signings?
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? And to be fair, what I found quite funny was the team of the week came out. Obviously, you had Chaplin in it, obviously number 10, but both Swanson and Devlin were in the team of the week, and neither of them were like Swanson was in at left back and Devlin was in at right back. Neither of their actual natural positions, which was quite funny. And they got in team of the week, so they were
Would
better
you now
than...
argue Devlin is now a right back though?
Yeah,
Yes.
but I
Yeah.
mean that's not where we bought him for and stuff like that.
No.
So it's like everyone else in the natural positions in the league weren't better than two players that technically are out of position until they've played there for a couple of seasons, obviously. So he's played 101 games, 5 goals, 4 assists, 110.
What does that leave me on?
Leaves you on 218. As you require 345.
I don't know any Ipswich fucking players. Say Bishop, go on.
No, I'm not fucking stupid. Oh. Leif Davis.
Leif Davis.
He might have been there too long. He's been there a few years.
Is he still there?
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
there.
Is he still there? No one snapped him up. That's crazy. Wasn't he there when we were in League One? Like when they were in League One?
They bought him for was it like 5 million? I think
From Villa, I think it was.
He quality left back. So good.
That's why I think his appearances might be too high.
Yeah, because you're thinking
his appearances, his assists. They got his appearances. 151, 7 goals, 41 assists.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
On 199, unfortunately. But Russ,
That's insane for a left back.
Oh, but he is. He's so good.
Great player.
Now, I don't know if this player is even still at Ipswich.
Right.
So I might be completely wrong on this. And then if he is, there's a good chance he might be too high anyway. That goalkeeper Walton, is it?
Yeah, he is still there.
Is he still there?
He's still there. Did Cook sign him from there? Because he took him to like Wigan and things like that, didn't he? So I didn't know whether
Possibly.
Let's have a look. Ipswich.
It might be too high anyway, but
No, you're right. 118 appearances.
oh, nice.
No goals though. Weird.
That's fine. I'm quite happy with that. So that leaves me on
100.
100 dead on, yeah.
Brilliant.
Come
What
on,
has on?
you can do it.
What's he on?
He's on 345. All he needs is one really good score like that, and he's
Just
back
say
in the game.
Bishop. You know Bishop's there. Or Chaplin.
Yeah, you do have Chaplin, and as I said, you don't have to pick both together. It could be one or the other. So
You could just pick Chaplin Pompey. I'm sure that'd be all right.
He'll be over, surely. I'm not falling for your shit.
mind games. Do what Graham Price does and put some headphones on. You'll be right.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Can we say Chaplin this season?
Yeah, right.
Let's go for... Oh, I don't even care. I've lost it anyway, haven't I? So, let's go.
The attitude.
Go Jack Taylor.
Jack Taylor. Jack Taylor. It's mental when you scroll down this Ipswich squad.
If they're out on loan, does that count?
I don't know, actually. I didn't think about that. Let me have a think. 102 appearances, 8 goals, and 6 assists. 116. Well, they're in the squad thing, aren't they? No. Yeah, go on. Just as long as they're in the squad list. As long as they're on the transfer market thing here, then they can be.
Well, I'll go for Sammy Samodics then.
Sammy Samodics.
Mm.
He is not on this transfer market squad list, unfortunately.
That's fine. I'll take it. I took a risk.
You could be right back in this, son.
What am I on?
229.
Say Chaplain Pompey.
Shut up. I feel like me and you are like Cundy and O'Hara.
Yeah.
Getting on my fucking nerves all the time.
To
To be
be
fair, you
honest,
don't get on my nerves. I just like getting on yours.
to be honest, it's a tough one. Which one you're gonna say you're more like out of those two?
I'm definitely the Cundy, I mean, sorry.
You what? Freundland slip, whatever you call it.
You said it, not me. Jaden Philogene.
Jaden Philogene. Where is that man there? Probably the best winger in the league at the moment, I would probably say. If Murphy was fit, I would say otherwise. Well, actually, Ali's better than him now. So he's played 37 games.
Did you hear that, Josh?
No, but I'm saying because Josh is not fit at the moment. 52.
52.
Right.
What did that put me on?
177.
I'm going to go Devlin.
Best right back in the country.
He generally is. I'm not even joking. I haven't seen a right back better than him all season.
No, I think he's
up there with that Coventry one. Is it De Silva?
Yeah. Actually, on Transfer Market, he's down as a right back now.
Yeah, there you go. That's it official now. He's a right back.
Nah, he's been quality, and I'm glad he is getting recognition, and like clubs want him and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't want him going anywhere, but it's a sign of a player playing well. So
10 million.
86 appearances, 5 goals, 4 assists, 95.
Oh, he's on fire.
Need a big score here, mate.
Jack Clark.
Jack Clark. I think he's out on loan at the moment, mate.
He's not.
Jack Clark. He's at Charlton, isn't he?
No.
Shut up. There's no way they've loaned it. Surely.
Who? Jack Clark?
Yeah, he plays for Sunderland. Plays for Ipswich, mate. Winger.
There's no
Jack
way.
Clark. Right, yeah, I'm thinking of the other. What's his face?
You're thinking of Harry Clark.
Harry Clark. That's it.
I was going to say, there's no way Charlton have got Jack Clark.
No, that's why I was getting confused which Clark it was.
I was like, when did that happen?
I was playing Footy Manager. Right, he's played 67 games, scored 15 goals and assisted 8. He's got 90.
Right, so I'm on 5, yeah?
And what does that put me on, Daz?
87.
87. Right, back to Pompey, please. Oof.
Right, well, I'm going to go, because I think it brings me to -1.
Yeah.
Hang on. 1, 2... How many games he played? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
I think I know who you're going to go for.
No, I think that brings... What's Hasneed?
87.
I'll go Ali then, just because I know it gets me in the minus.
I thought you were going to go for someone else.
Well, you could have gone Killip, couldn't I?
No, I was thinking someone else. So he's made 4 appearances, scored 1 and assisted 1, 6. So you're -1.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You need bang on 87, unfortunately, mate, but you never know. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, so trying to think. We haven't had shocks. He's got to be round that.
I was thinking Shot Nesty at one point because he's been injured a lot, isn't he?
He's got to be close to that, and he might be just.
Might not be enough thinking about it.
Well, he must have played about 45 games in the first season. He scored a couple of goals.
But then last season, what did he play?
Maybe
7?
15 times.
Really? That many?
Maybe 10. How many times he played this year? 10.
Yes, yeah.
So 45, 10, 55 plus 15, 70. But then he hasn't got 15 goals and 17 goals and assists, has he?
No. What about someone like
I don't know who else I could go for.
They're either not played enough or played too much.
He's probably the closest I'm going to get.
Yeah.
Because even if you go for like Marlon Pack's obviously way over,
Yeah.
but you go for like no one else has really been here long enough. No one else is like screaming out.
Schmid?
It's only a season and a half. That doesn't feel long enough either.
And he didn't even start straight away, did he?
No. I'll go Shocks, but I think he's probably about 10 short.
So he had 68 appearances, 6 goals, and 3 assists, which unfortunately puts
About 10
him
short.
at 77. And
He's 10 short.
Sorry? So he's 10 short.
Yeah, which is what you said. Can I ask a question, Daz?
Hold on. For the Ipswich fan.
What is Chaplin's Pompey's record?
Chaplin's just his Pompey record.
Yeah.
I reckon that'll be too high.
I reckon it's not.
Where is Chappers? There he is. So obviously over 2 different stints.
Yeah.
So, well, actually, it's got it added all together. It's not like split it up. It's just stats by club. I'd have to go through, but yeah, he's well over.
Oh, is he? What by what?
He's like 146 appearances, 26 goals, 10 assists. He's on like 182.
Oh, it's not well over then. It's 2.
No, but as in well over 87, which I thought you were getting
and
at.
2 of them was on Saturday.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, should have done it last week. It'd have been
The
bang
last
on.
week would have been 180.
Well, there you go. That's it done. Are we moving on?
Yeah, we'll move on. Should we do my Taskmaster?
Let's go.
Right, so boys, I want you to rate in GOAT, top signing, did his job, could have done better, not good and shit, a load of January transfers we have made since it became windows in the 02-03 season. As if you have no idea, just let Daz put it where he wants. The only rule is only one can go in the GOAT and only one can go in the shit.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
First one being...
Good, sometimes make a shit.
yeah. First one being Matt Tubbs.
So what you got? Goat, shit, and what's in the middle?
So you got GOAT, top signing, did his job, could have done better, not good, and shit.
I think Tubbs goes in, did his job.
Yeah, I'll put him there.
Yeah, okay. Tubbs did his job. Loa.
Oh,
Top.
Well, top signing, not in the GOAT.
Top signing, nah, not goat, I think.
Okay.
is it once they're there, and we can't move them, yeah?
I'll allow you to move one at the end.
Okay.
Jimmy Traore.
I don't think he was bad, so I reckon he
needs to go in the middle. Did his job.
Or could have done better.
Could have done better. Yeah, could have done better.
Could have done better. Traore. Okay. Hayden Mullins.
Job.
Yeah.
Done his job, even though he got player of the season. Cool.
Yeah, but I suppose it depends on I think as a player, he definitely did his job.
Steve Seddon.
Did his job.
Yeah, job.
I loved Steve Seddon.
Good old Ratatouille.
Yeah. Isaac Hayden.
Could have done better.
Yeah, I'm stuck between could have done better and job, to be honest. Well, let Has go. You decide that one.
You're going to go, could have done better, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel it, yeah.
I think he did his job, but it's your two's choice.
Shut up then.
James Keane.
Who?
James Keane. He was in our academy, went off to Sweden, and came back that year with 12-13.
Not a clue.
Let's just say not good.
Not good. Okay. Ricardo Rocha.
Top signing.
Yeah, top. I was trying to think who could be GOAT. That's the thing. I'm trying to think.
Well, we've got a position to move one person, so
Yeah.
I think we hold off until the end for that.
Cool.
Paddy Lane.
Top signing.
Top.
Just because from the money we spent on him to what he produced in that League One season is a top signing.
Yeah, definitely top.
Jermaine Defoe.
Same.
Yeah.
Top signing, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Jermaine.
Aidan O'Brien.
He made such a big impact in that
good
short
for us.
time, didn't he?
Yeah, he was really good for us. I'd say top.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Callum Lang.
Top.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have got promoted and wouldn't have stayed in the Championship without him.
Nah, he was unbelievable, wasn't he?
Danny Hollins.
Danny Hollins is a job, I think, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he's a very underrated footballer. I like him.
One of the best passes I've ever seen was his one to Edward Stevens against Derby in the League Cup.
Yeah.
He just dinks it over the player's head perfectly.
I think he was so unassuming, and I think, obviously, because that's when you had Danny Rose come in, didn't you, for the season after that? I thought, I like Danny Hollins.
He did also have to play with Jimmy Dunn, so
Yeah.
George Byers.
Could have done better.
yeah. But that's probably, again, mostly down to that twat of a manager that was in charge.
Yeah, he just completely... I'd love to know what George Byers thought of Kenny Jackett.
I think what everyone thinks of Kenny Jackett, he's a stupid old dinosaur.
I really want to get a player that played under him on here so we can ask everything about Kenny Jackett.
Yeah.
I want to know. Ivica Mornar.
I can't remember a load about him, to be honest.
I'll leave him to you, Daz.
I'll just say could have done better, because he's around that time, one of those strikers that just come in, didn't play a lot of games. I thought, scored I think he only scored one, didn't he, or two?
Yeah, on his debut as well.
Yeah, I think could have done better.
Yakubu.
Oh, see, this could be GOAT.
Do we just put him in there? There's not going to be many bigger than the Yak, is there?
Let's put him in GOAT for now.
Okay. Milan Baros.
Job, I think.
Yeah.
Shame he never scored.
And that's what I think brings him down a little bit, I think, to be honest. But
he always seemed to play well and work hard.
Well, that's it, isn't he? He got himself good positions. Obviously, won us the penalty up at Old Trafford, and
helped us get the goal against West Brom.
Exactly, yeah.
Jamal Lowe.
Top.
Kostas Chalkias.
Oh, can we swap him out for GOAT? He should really be GOAT, shouldn't he, really? See, I don't know what to say. But let's put him in not good for now. And then he could maybe potentially go into shit.
His Greek partner, Skopolitis.
Oh, Job? I thought
really?
I thought him and
shit.
I thought him and Bastinas just did enough. Just did jobs. He didn't do anything.
But at least Bastinas had some quality about him. Skopolitis just was awful to watch.
Let's put him in not good then, shall we?
I don't know. Sure game.
Oh, is it? Oh, is it? Doesn't fucking sound like it, all right?
It's your game until I disagree.
So I'm going to put a tweet out.
Let's put could have done better.
Could have done better. He's fucking could have done. Got to fucking spell his name now. Bryn Morris.
Go again, isn't it? Really?
Same as previous.
What? Not good, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
D'Alessandro.
Oh,
Top.
Top, yeah. I can't put him in GOAT because he just didn't like some of the others didn't hang around, did he? So
I think he wanted to. It was us, wasn't it?
I think that would have been an unbelievable sign. Just imagine that.
That was all on bloody Peter Story refusing to pay what Wolfsburg wanted.
Like what? Peter Story? Oh, the man that was tight with money that got us into shit.
Yeah, I think they wanted 7, and we were only willing to pay 5 or something like that, if I remember rightly.
Fucking hell.
And then he went to Real Zaragoza.
Mm.
And then I ended up watching Real Zaragoza every week on Sky because they show La Liga, just so I could watch him.
Yeah.
And Noé Pamero,
Ooh. See, I loved Pamero.
another underrated player of mine.
Yeah, because he was just imagine being a winger and coming up against him. You'd have
I think you stick him in top.
You'd have no chance. Yeah, top. Yeah. So, who have we got in GOAT and shit? So in GOAT is
We've got Yak.
You got no one in shit at the moment.
I think put the keeper in there, the Greek keeper.
Have we finished?
You've got 2 more.
Oh,
Right.
go on.
You've got Rob Atkinson.
Top.
Yeah.
And you have got... Oh, no, you already had Jamalo, so that was the last one.
So put the Greek keeper in shit, and then that's it.
Yeah, because I think with the GOAT with Yak in there, had the most like sort of effect. I think he helped us definitely get up, and obviously he was massive in us staying up in the Premier League. With Toddy obviously going out for the season, and watching Yakubu throw around big unit centre backs was always funny, especially that time against it was Sol Campbell down at Fratton, wasn't it? When he just like threw him around like a rag doll.
Well, I'm not saying Rio Ferdinand wasn't a top defender, but I absolutely refuse to put him in like my greatest Premier League or best in the world and all that shit, because I watched that man score an own goal, an awful own goal, and I watched Yakubu every time tear him apart.
Yeah,
like he couldn't get near Yakubu.
so powerful, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Daz, do you remember Yakubu's debut against Grimsby? Within 3 minutes, I think he bundled their left back on the floor. I think he went wide left, collected the ball, bundled him on the floor, went round 2 others, and then just kicked it in the back of the net.
Yeah.
We were like, "What the fuck have we just signed?"
Monster.
So you got your GOAT is Yakubu. Top signings: Lualawa, Rocha, Paddy Lane, Jermaine Defoe, Aidan O'Brien, Lang, Lowe, D'Alessandro, Pamero, and Atkinson. Did his job: Matt Tubbs, Mullins, Seddon, Hollands, and Barros. Could have done better: Jimmy Traore and Isaac Hayden. George Byers, Morna, and Scopolitis. Not good: James Keane and Bryn Morris. And shit, cost us points: Chalkias.
Yes.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
That's a good list.
Good. Right now I'm worried because Haz says it's the best time of the week, but it's going to be a bit different, and I don't like change. I still can't believe he said Scopolitis did the job.
Right. I thought, why not do something a little bit different? So, because it is just been the transfer window, we signed 7 players in the last window. Ibu Adams, Milinik Ali, Keshi Anderson, Aji Elese, Gustavo Caballero, Jacob Brown, Madio Dia. I have one clue for each player. You need to match up the clue to the player.
Okay. All right.
Okay? So it's a bit of who am I, but not the normal one.
Okay.
So if you've got a pen and paper, write down the 7, and I'm going to give you the 7 clues, and then you can match them up. You can work together to match them up, okay?
Hang on, let me get the players up. Players. Brown. Sunderland guy.
Sunderland guy. Well, poor Adgie.
Jojo. Who else we got? Ali,
Cabby
Adams, Cabby.
and Keshi.
Oh yes,
Who? Sorry?
Keshi.
Anderson.
Keshi. Yeah. Anderson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 7. Yeah, cool. Got him.
Right. So, your first clue is I was born in Ireland, but my first official club was with South Shields. Your next clue, born in Luton, but came through the academy of Watford.
1 sec. So born in Ireland, South Shields. What was that one? Sorry.
Born in Luton, but came through the academy of Watford.
Born in Luton, Academy. Bloody auto text. Academy. Watford, yeah.
Your next one is I have played at the Olympics.
I think I know that one already. Yep.
The next one is I was joint top scorer for my team last season.
Top scorer last season. Yep.
I made my international debut versus Moldova.
International debut versus Moldova. Yep.
And then the last, I've got two more, yeah?
Yep.
3 of the 5 clubs I have played for have been on loan.
Been on loan. Yep.
Moving from non-league to the EFL, my debut came for that club's under-23 team in which I played against Phil Jones and Memphis Depay.
All right. So non-league TFL against that. I'm assuming that club you mean Scum. Is that what you said?
Did
No.
that? No, I think he just meant as in for that club.
Oh, I thought
He
you
didn't
were
want to
just
say
refusing
name
to
who
say
it was.
I don't want to name that club, do
Okay,
I?
right,
Because
okay.
that would give it away.
No, that's fine.
So for that club's under-23 side, I played against Memphis Depay and Phil Jones in my debut.
All right, cool. So what was the Olympics one, Russ? You knew?
Cabby, innit? I'm sure it's here and down he played at the Olympics.
Yeah, it could be. So let's put that there. What about the Watford Academy? Because Anderson sounds like he's down from this way. Adams, I don't know. Because Adams, isn't he Irish?
Is he?
I think he's played for Ireland, hasn't he? Or he's been involved in the Ireland squad. I don't know for definite, but I swear so.
Hebrew Adams is Irish, is he?
Well, I don't know. I've got a feeling he is. Does that mean he's not then?
But doesn't he play for like Gambia or something like that?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. What else? He's
He don't sound Irish in the interviews either.
Well, no, mate. Do any of them sound Irish?
Right, yeah, true. That's very true.
Oh no,
But he don't play for him though, does he? I mean,
Yeah, he was Irish. Maybe he wasn't. I'm thinking of someone else. So that's the Olympics one gone.
I'm sure I read he's played for the under-23s, blah blah blah, and at the Olympics.
Yeah, that's fine. So, we're international v Moldova.
Where's Jojo from?
He's Senegalese.
Okay, what about the Sunderland guy?
I think he is he. I can't remember.
He's not French, is he?
I don't know. If I'm being honest,
He wouldn't have played for France, would he?
no. Do you know what? I think he's English. I think he's actually English. Because I swear I saw him. He's played for like one of the not under 23s, but you know what I mean, like.
Well, I suppose he never said that. Just a quick question: Has the one against Moldova, is that a full international, or could that be any level?
Depends what you listen. Just if you listen to the clue, isn't it?
Such a knob, isn't he? Well, I wrote down what you said, but it doesn't say anything about full international or under 21s or anything like that. Right. I'm going to go in straight away with...
Have you got all 7? Because I'm going to then tell you how many you've got correct.
Oh, God, Jesus. We could be here all night, Has.
All right, we won't do that then.
Well, what was the
We'll tick them off one by one.
What
Yeah,
was the one about?
if I say an answer and we know it's wrong, we accept it's wrong, but we still want to have a crack at it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, go on then.
So, Cabbie Olympics. Yeah, I'm sure I read that literally today or yesterday.
Which one was the one that didn't someone play for like South Shields when he was that from
So it was
non-league?
born in Ireland, but was it lived in South Shields? I didn't have enough time to type out the whole question.
First club was South Shields.
First club was South Shields.
You know, I think because I'm pretty sure I'm getting Adams and Ali mixed up as an Irish. I'm pretty sure Ali's Irish.
Could
Or
be.
from Ireland. Because I knew I've seen it somewhere from one of the new players. I'm pretty sure. Is it Ali? So Ali, yeah, the South Shield thing's Ali.
Right.
What it was.
Yeah.
I knew one of them was Irish because when we signed them, I looked at obviously their stats and things like that.
So what we got left? So we got born in Luton, but came through the Watford Academy.
Oh, that could be Anderson, I think. Because Anderson seems like he's down this way.
Or was that a trick question and it's that Sunderland player? Nah, go. I don't know. Go. Just go. You go with that one, and I'll pick another one.
Well, no, I'm not 100% certain.
Anderson, yeah.
Yeah.
You think Anderson was born in Luton but came through the Watford Academy?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he right?
Yes.
3 for 3.
Because I just went off his accent, that's all. Didn't go off anything else.
So what we got left? So we got joint top scorer last season for his club. So it won't be Adams. Would it have been Brown? It must have been Brown.
Yeah, I reckon that's right. Yeah, Brown.
Is that Brown? Oh, okay. Does that mean we can't use that player again or that question again?
You need to move on from the question or the clues.
Not that, so we can still guess Brown for other ones, but not that question. Okay. So that means, well, Adams was definitely not joint top scorer.
So the I think the non-league thing, the EFL, where he played against either Jones or Thing, that must be either Brown or Adams because they're of that age, aren't they? The other lot are too young.
The which one? Sorry.
You know the one he said he went to the EFL and he played against.
The Memphis Depay, Phil
yeah.
Jones.
So that's either Browns or Adams because it can't be the other lads. They're too young.
So the top scorer must be Jojo then.
Could it be Adam? How many goals did Adam score last season for Derby?
1.
Right. I reckon let's go the EFL one. Do you reckon we should go with Brown or Adams?
It is Brown or Adams, isn't it?
Should we just go with Brown? Or actually, who'd be the lone and international v Moldova?
Well, I reckon that's Brown because he played. Was it 9 times for Scotland?
Yeah, let's do that one. Yeah, Brown international v Moldova. The one.
So it's 4.
So I reckon
5.
the EFL one must be Adams, surely.
Or is it the Sunderland guy?
Yeah, but is he old enough to play against Depay? Is Depay what?
True. Well, Depay was 10 years ago?
Yeah? It must be.
Yeah, it must be Adams then. Has to be.
Yes.
Okay.
So
the last question then is the
top scorer and on loan.
3 clubs. Yeah, but we won't get it right because we got it
on
wrong.
loan. On loan must be the Sunderland lad, surely. Because dear Jojo, don't know where he else he's played.
Yeah, it's got to be G say is that?
Yeah. You do a GSA like 3 to 5 on loans or whatever, and may use it.
You mean Alesse?
Yeah,
That guy.
Agi Alesse.
I'll get used to it. We're going with the loan thing then.
Nice. So
that means Jojo was joint top scorer.
Jesus, they did get relegated last season, I think, didn't they?
They did. They were the worst team in the top score, Norway's top league.
How many goals did he score?
1.
Fucking hell.
No player scored more than 1 goal for Haugesund last season in the top division.
He'll fit right in here then with the top goal scorers.
6 out of 7 ain't bad though.
No, not bad at all.
No, you did well, boys.
Right. Shall we wrap this up? Because obviously it's a bit of a long one.
It always is.
It always is.
That's what she said.
Yeah, so so thank you for anyone that's tuned in and listened. Obviously, anyone heading off up to Preston on Saturday, safe journeys. Hopefully, we can bring 3 points back, and a certain Scouser will be sat on the bench wondering what decisions he's made. But no, obviously we wish him all the best, apart from when we play against him on Saturday. But yeah, anyone that's travelling up, safe journey. If you're not travelling up, watch it wherever you can on totally legal routes. And yeah, cheers, boys. Cheers for tonight. And,
how can you watch it on totally legal routes?
Well, you could go move abroad or something and watch it.
Just for the day.
Go to France. Go to France for the day.
Yeah.
My second home. But yeah. So anyway, cheers for tonight, guys, and up the Blues.